Hi everyone, welcome to Anything with Kani, where we talk about film, fashion, music, and just about anything. And the guest for today's episode is Thop Nazareno. He's a full-length director who directed Edward and Kiko Boksingero. In this episode, we got to break down those films and talk about its cinematography, its production design, and the different elements that went into play towards creating those films. So I hope you guys like it and let's get into it. So how's the quarantine naman sa inyo in your place?
Honestly, nagulat ako na kaya kong maging productive
Yeah.
sa bahay. Kasi usually, before nung lockdown,
Mm-hmm.
nahirap ako mag-work sa bahay. Kailangan ko lumabas talaga.
Yeah.
So, kailangan ko makita ng mga tao para ma-inspire, para gumana yung utak ko. Pero nagulat ako ngayon na actually yung first week, medyo struggle siya. As in, sirang-sira yung body clock ko.
Mm-hmm.
Pero ngayon, normal na tao ako.
Yeah.
One person.
Nag-wake up ka talaga sa AM na.
Ngayon ko lang na-experience ulit after sobrang tagal na.
Yeah.
So, ayun. So, nagulat ako na productive ako so far.
Yeah.
So, okay naman.
Yeah, why do you think na for you, in terms of how you work, mas madali dati, before the quarantine, why is it easier to work outside than it is inside?
Siguro sa industry natin kasi arts, di ba? Parang kailangan ko din, siguro yun din yung process ko talaga. Kailangan ko makita yung mundo.
Yeah.
Parang ganon.
That's true.
Para ma-stimulate yung creativity mo. Actually, even pag nag-shoot ako, hindi ko kayang nakaupo lang sa monitor. Kailangan ko maglakad, kailangan ko pumunta sa set, tumambay dun sa set mismo habang nag-set up ng ilaw and everything. Kasi dun mas nararamdaman ko yung material na ginagawa ko. So, feeling ko lang yun. Nasanay lang yung utak ko na ganun, yung process na.
So right now, what's keeping you busy? Like you're talking about na at least ngayon nag-adjust na yung body mo towards being more productive even indoors. So what are the things that you're working on right now?
Ngayon, I'm watching a lot of short films.
Mm-hmm.
Selection committee kasi ako ng isang festival.
Oh, okay.
Hindi ko naman sabihin kasi hindi ko alam kung pwede kong sabihin. Nasa around 240 short films.
My God, ang dami.
Parang meron pa akong natitirang 130 na kailangan panoorin. At the same time, meron kasi akong, before nung lockdown, meron akong ginagawang movie with I1, with Dreamscape and Spring Films. So nakaka 2 days na kami, then na-lockdown. So ngayon, nitong mga nakarang araw kasi parang kailangan, maraming meetings kasi before i-announce yung extension ulit. So,
yeah.
Parang ang dami na naming kino-consider na parang paano yung magiging approach once ma-lift yung lockdown, kung paano. And so ay mas nagre-revise, nag-prep. And kasi iba na yung mundo paglabas natin, iba na yung ang dami ng pagbabago sa paggawa ng production. Maraming makikita talaga.
I even think like me and RM are talking about na we're talking about even stories will change. We feel like it's gonna have an impact then sa next couple of years or even months na we're gonna see all of these short films to full-length films creating more stories about what's going on right now. Since films are a reflection naman of the timeline that it's living in. You mentioned you're working on a film, right? Is the quarantine affecting in any way the story that you're creating in terms of meron bang may input what you're experiencing right now to that story?
Based din sa kasi once ma-lift tong lockdown, paglabas natin, may iba na yung normal, di ba?
Yeah.
Sinasabi nilang iba na yung normal. So ngayon, yung mga kwento dati, parang kailangan na nating, hindi natin kayang iwasan kasi di ba, films are made to tell a story para makakonek yung tao. So kailangan meron kailangan makita ng tao yung sarili nila dun sa pelikula or dun sa kwento. So ayun, definitely, ayun, kaya ako nagre-revise dahil malaking factor yung nangyayari ngayon dun sa magiging changes dun sa story, dun sa revisions na gagawin namin para dun sa film. So, para lang mas present.
Looking at your background right now, I can see it's full of awards, full of these certificates, I guess, from all of the stuff that you've been doing. So, I guess to dive right into you as a filmmaker, I want to start at the very beginning. You as a student filmmaker. Can you paint us an image on who was Thop Nazareno as a student filmmaker creating all of these films that he's making? So how are you as that?
Actually, na ano nga ako nung in-invite mo ako na kasi parang nag-flashback lahat ng ano ko. Kung paano ako nag-umpisa. Parang ang tagal na, pero honestly, yung hindi late, parang late, consider mo akong late bloomer kasi. I never really realized that I wanted to make films until graduating na ako nung una kong course.
Which was
information management. Para siyang information technology type of course. So mga third year na ako noon or fourth year, nakita ko yung ibang course, yung multimedia arts na students na nag-photography, nag-shoot sa campus, sa Binild. So, parang saya naman nung ginagawa nila. Parang, hindi, ayun. Tapos, meron akong friend na nagturo sa akin that time, hindi pa ganun ka-accessible kasi dati yung movie maker, tinuruan niya ako mag-movie maker. Imagine movie maker. Windows movie maker. Tinuruan niya ako mag-movie maker. And then, tuwa ako. So, ginawa ko yung parents ko ng parang sa anniversary nila para sa party na slideshow nga lang yun Tapos may nagbiro lang sa akin ng ba't di ka mag-direct? Parang bisita nila. Ba't di ka mag-direct? Tapos tinawanan ko lang talaga. And then after a few weeks, parang may nagsabi ulit ng mag-direct ka, ganyan-ganyan. Hindi ko kasi alam that time, or at least hindi ako aware, na pwede po, na trabaho pala siya. Alam mo yun, hindi naman kasi katulad ngayon na, di ba, yung with social media and everything. Dati kasi wala namang Friendster lang nun
Yeah, Friendster. Yeah, that's true.
Tapos, so yun, and ang nakakatawa pa doon, after graduating dun sa course ko na information management, nag-apply ako, ang weird nag-apply ako sa production assistant sa ABS-CBN. So, ang layo nung ina-applyan kong trabaho dun sa course.
The gap.
In layo. So, akala ko hindi na ako matatanggap nun kasi parang pangatlong, nandun ako sa final interview. Akala ko hindi na ako tatawagan. Pero, so nag-enroll na ako, pero bigla akong tinawagan. Pero at that time, nakapag-enroll na ako sa MMA. So yun, sa art school, medyo vague yung course kasi ng MMA, especially that time. Parang, took up MMA para may fallback ako. Hindi pa actually film lang yung gusto ko. Parang, gusto ko i-try yung graphic design and everything.
Madami kasing avenues yung MMA
Oo. Pero doon ko na-realize, nung nag-aaral ako na hindi siya para sa akin. Yung lahat ng ibang, doon ko na-realize kung para saan talaga ako. Kasi talagang pinapawisan ako pag painting class or sketch class. As in, wala akong mabuong imahe sa utak ko. So, pero pag video class, sobrang interested ako. And then, one time, 2007, I think third year yun ng Cinemalaya. May nag-invite sa akin manood. Yun yung first ever Cinemalaya experience ko. Pinanood ko noon was A Taul for Rent.
Okay.
So, yun. Hindi ko na rin maalala honestly yung basta sa sobrang para akong batang dinala mo sa Toy Kingdom ganun. Parang may ganito pala. Parang puro pelikula, ano yung puro mga director ganyan.
Yeah.
So doon nag-umpisa yun. Then the following parang 2 years later bumalik ako, may invite ulit. 2009 I think. Yeah. Nanood ako ng, as in, kinareer ko yung Cinemalaya. Nanonood ako mag-isa. Kasi malapit lang yung binild sa school. Ay, yung school sa
CCP, yeah.
Yeah. So, every day nanonood ako ng films. Pati opening. Sobrang parang Diyos sa akin yung mga director that time. Parang sobrang I wanted to be like them.
Yeah.
Sila Direk Gerald. Yung mga Tianan batch yun eh. And then, doon ko na-realize kung gaano ako ka-addict that time, especially sa pelikula. As in, I would watch every day from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Nakaka-5 movies ako every day. Pati exhibition pinapanood ko. So, ang sakit sa puwet kasi sa Batuti pa.
Yeah. Hindi nga masyado ganda yung seats doon.
Point na as in, bumibili ako ng ticket. Dati wala pang
yung pass. Yeah.
So, bumibili ako ng tickets for the whole week. As in, sinabihan ako dun sa box office na, ba't tayo mong binibili? Scalper ka ba? Sabi sa akin. Kasi hindi po manonood lang po ako. Tapos dala akong sketchpad. So, pag every break after the screening, kakain lang ako mag-isa. May baon ako. Kasi mahal ng food doon. Siyempre, estudyante ako. So, parang na-stimulate syempre yung ideas mo. So, drawing ako or sketch. So, parang napaka-artist, diba? Parang feel na feel ko that. So, ayun. Then from there, nag-workshop ako the same year sa Mawal Fun. And then, ayun, nag-thesis na ako. Yung thesis ko, pinili ko yung short film.
Okay.
So, gumawa ako ng short film. Hindi ko kayang panoorin yung short film na yun. As in, nagkikringe ako. Hindi ako maka-isang minuto. Although, mataas naman yung nakuha akong grade nun. So, I guess, okay naman siya. So, ayun. After nun, struggle siya actually after graduating. Kasi, hindi ka naman agad makakapasok sa pelikula.
Yeah.
Ang daming gusto gumawa ng imagine ngayon nga 200 plus yung short films na pinapanood ko, di ba? So, ang daming thesis doon, ang daming, di ba? Ang daming gusto pero that time, gumawa lang ako ng una kong short film. Pinasok ko sa Cinemalaya. 2012.
That was your thesis film ba? Or that was after pa?
After graduating na to 2012. Parang first non-student short film ko siya.
Okay.
So, ginawa ko siya, pinasok ko sa Cinemalaya. And then, hindi ako natanggap. So, parang rejected. Parang down to. Parang wawa. Parang first time ko lang na mag-submit. Pero, di ba? Parang, para sa akin ba to? Parang may ganun.
Yeah.
Kasi syempre, binigay mo lahat di ba? So,
may part of you in that film already and that's na-reject pa.
Masakit pa rin diba?
Yeah.
Pero naka-move on naman ako paagad. Kasi parang na-realize ko I think doon mo ma-realize kung passionate ka talaga about sa ginagawa mo. Kasi kahit anong rejections yung pagdaanan mo, kahit sabihin mo ayoko na yan, ganyan. Pero parang 2 weeks later, magugulat ka, susulat ka na naman ng bagong kwento. So nasa sistema mo na siya So, ayun, nag-umpisa ako as editor.
Okay.
Di ako natanggap, so kailangan ko magtrabaho.
Yeah.
Freelance editor ako. Lahat tinatanggap ko ron as in, ano yun, yung kasal, yung same day edit. At dati, ano pa yun, mini-DB. Yung tape pa. So,
it's harder to edit pa.
Nag-i-adjust ako ng tape sa reception ng kasal, di ba? Andiyan na yung mga bisita.
Grabe.
So, ayan. Nag-edit ako ng mga AVPs din for companies. Basta anything na basta kailangan ko lang kumita. Nag-ipon ako para makagawa ako ng short film ulit. Para makasali ulit ako. And then, fast forward to 2013, nakilala ko si Carlo Obispo. Cinemalaya finalist siya that year. Purok 7. First film niya din yun. Ako naman that time, since nag-edit na ako, nag-present ako, kaya ko mag-edit ng pelikula, ganyan. So that time, sa laptop lang ako nag-edit nun. So ako lahat, wala akong assistant editor, as in, ako nagsisync, ako lahat.
Oh my God.
That time, akala ko yun sa pelikula, hindi pala ganun. Team pala kayo sa post-production. Diba?
Yeah.
Pero that time, ako lahat, sa laptop lang. And then, after editing that film, same year, ginawa ko na yung second short film ko. Kasi nakaipon ako, syempre. Ito yung Eyeball na nakapasok sa 2014, the following year ng Cinemalaya. Ayun, ano yan. So, yun yung dream ko dati na makapasok sa Cinemalaya. And finally, nakapasok yung gawa ko. Mura lang yung short film ko ngayon actually. As in, pang estudyante siya.
How much yung nagastos mo for that film?
20,000 I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
20,000. Tapos 7 minutes ng film. Available yata siya. Hanggang ngayon, available siya sa Vidsi. Ayun, after noon, the following year, walang full length. Gusto ko nang madami na nagsabi sa akin, sali ka ng full length. Yan. Pero that time, hindi pa naman ako confident magsulat. So may mga nakilala rin ako sa Cinemalaya. Sila Denise O'Hara, Joseph Laban, Derek Caberido. Sila yung nag-push sa akin na, tumulong sa akin na bumuo ng first full-length script. So sa Denise O'Hara yung nagsulat. Sinubmit ko yung tatay ko si Pacquiao. Which nakapasok siya for 2017, yeah. 2016 kasi tama. 2016 meron akong in-edit pala ulit. Ang Kusina, directed by David Cortuz and Senon Palomares. 2017, yun na yung first directorial ko sa full length. Ito na yung Kiko Boksingero. I changed the title kasi syempre, brand si Pacquiao, diba?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you were part of it, diba?
Yeah.
For the marketing and
the BTS team, yeah.
Diba, kitang-kita mo naman yun, kung gaano ka hirap yung diba?
Yeah, one thing na I really love about that set is, which I didn't feel with the other sets na I became part of, kasi I started out before, I think that was the first film I became part of. And then before that, kasi it was all like commercial work, and then it was all like very advertising route. So I didn't get exposed into yung film industry na how that set looks like. So I guess it was a culture shock going into that na parang everyone's treated like a family. And then I like how especially in that set na there's this phrase being tossed around, yung happy set.
Happy set, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess where did that come from? Because if people don't know, like, sets can be really frustrating and very it can be like a very toxic environment, depends on the people that you're around with and because of the stress. So how did you manage to, with Kiko Boksingero, especially with my experience, is that how did you get to create this set that everyone's light, everyone's chill, and everyone's just having a good time with each other?
Siguro natutunan ko na din based sa dahil sa mga pinagdaanan ko din while making short films. Nung mga short films ko kasi sobrang stress ko, as hindi mo ako makakausap. Hindi ako nakakatulog. So nung first full length ko, sinigurado ko rin na yung team ko kasundo ko na dahil syempre, kailangan mo din ng magaling na team, yung team na makakasuporta sa'yo bilang first time mo.
Yeah.
So, ang mga nakatrabaho ko na puro kaibigan din. And, so, may chemistry agad. Kumbaga, wala akong kailangan i-prove kahit kanino kasi kaibigan mo na sila. Hindi ko kailangan magpa-impress na, alam mo yun, yung ibang director na, director ako dito, walang
Parang
kontra sa akin. Alam ko lahat.
Exactly. Yeah, magka-superiority complex dapat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, wala agad yun. So, yung collaboration ng team, sobrang open nung ideas.
Yeah.
Kaya ang goal ng lahat is to come up with a good film. So, yun lang yung talagang goal ng mga tao every day. And at the same time, ang bilin ko din doon sa team ko, since bata yung bida, bawal talagang mega. Bawal ang nagmumura, bawal ang sumisigaw, bawal ang nag-aaway. Kung may problema kayo, settle niyo yan sa malayo. Kasi naka-apekto dun sa magre-reflect yun dun sa on-screen eh.
That's true.
Pag stress yung director, stress yung actors.
Yeah.
Nakahawa yung yung toxic vibes eh, di ba?
Yeah.
So ayun. And hanggang ngayon inaano ko siya. Parang I make it a point na bago mag-shoot, talagang may connection ako with the actors and the team. As in almost personal parang connection eh.
Yeah.
Hindi lang professional eh.
Yeah.
So,
actually, yeah, that's one thing na I learned with being in your set, like with you, si Jay and si David, is that just the importance of the chemistry on set. And I remember when I was talking to James about it, and he said that's why team buildings are really important. Na you're supposed to have a day na before all the pre-prods even, just like you and your team and maybe the actors can join them in and just parang have fun together kasi you'll be creating a work of art for such a long time together. Yeah, so I guess to dive in more into the themes and concepts in Kiko Boksingero, what inspired you to create that story?
Yung Kiko Boksingero, siya talaga based siya sa totoong tao. So meron talagang Kiko.
Oh, okay.
France. Wala talaga siyang gusto mga nanood, kung napanood niyo, tungkol talaga siya. Yung tungkol siya sa batang naiwan sa yaya niya dahil yung tatay niya wala. Parang, or kung nung nandun man, physically nandun pero walang emotional connection.
Yeah.
So, and wala rin siyang nanay. So, ang naging nanay niya is yung yaya niya. So, based sa totoong pangyayari, nakakilala ko yung totoong Kiko. And what actually pushed me to write that story was during that time na nag-isip ako ng concept na gagawin. Dumating yung balita na nasa hospital siya. Ang tagal ko nang hindi siya nakakausap.
Oh, okay.
So, kasi based yun sa childhood niya. So, then after ilang years, nung time na yun, nakarating sa akin yung balita na nasa hospital siya, critical siya. So doon nag-umpisa yung, baka try ko nga, so naalala ko yung buhay niya. And then, while we were writing it with Denise O'Hara, namatay siya.
Oh my God.
So, yun, he passed away.
Yeah.
Sobrang bata pa niya. I think that time, nasa early 20s lang siya nun eh. So, yun, in a way, para ko siyang tribute or parang love letter ko na din dun sa kanya.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, one thing that I guess that's really different with that film and dun sa team na yun is where it's set at. Everything was shot in Baguio. Why that location with that kind of story?
Tinitreat ko kasi talaga yung location as parang parang character din siya dun sa kwento. So, in Kiko Boksingero, ang sinusundan nating point of view was yung point of view ni Kiko. And yung theme nung pelikula ay yung longing niya, yung isolation niya sa mga tao. Wala siyang taong makakonect siya.
Yeah.
So yung isolation pa lang, ramdam mo yun sa Baguio, di ba? Parang malamig, tahimik, malayo yung mga bahay. And si Kiko, yung character niya is medyo may kaya siya. So, laki ng bahay nila. So yun, ayun nga, since tinitreat ko yung location and milieu as an additional character, Baguio agad yung pumasok sa isip ko na workable that time with what we have, yung budget namin. Naalala ko, ayaw ako pag-shootin noon ng Cinemalaya sa Baguio. Nung nalaman nilang Baguio. Kasi yung script na pinasa ko, walang location na nakalagay.
Okay.
Basta bahay, ganyan, streets. Then nung natanggap, saka ako na-realize na gusto ko siya mag-shoot sa Baguio. So nung nalaman nila yun, kung Baguio ka, dadalhin mo lahat doon. So magastos. So baka mahirapan ka, ganyan. So parang ang Cinemalaya para silang magulang mo na wag dyan anak, hindi mo baka mahirapan ka lalo, parang ganyan sila. So, but then again, babalik ako dun sa team ko na efficient, na lumalaban. Then, actually, yun din kasi ang key dun Pag yung team mo, from the producer down to the even the PAs, pag sila mismo, lumalaban sila, ayaw nila sumuko para dun sa ikakaganda ng pelikula. Ayaw nila mapagod. Ikaw mismo mahihiya ka bilang director na mapagod.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, kung sila nga lumalaban, diba? Parang anong karapatan mo para mapagod. So, ayun. So, yun yung, going back to the question. Ayun, Baguio talaga yung unang pumasok sa isip ko, considering yung kwento.
How was the output of the film for you? Were you completely satisfied with that body of work? And I know with every artist that I talk to, they always say na there's always something that they see and then parang they're not happy with it. For you in particular, is there something like that for you in Kiko Boksingero?
While shooting it, naalala ko lagi kong sinasabi, ay, pagpangit to, sorry Gumaganon ako sa team ko. Parang nagdi-disclaimer na ako. Kasi feeling ko, parang hindi ko alam. Parang hindi mo siya malalaman kung maganda o pangit. Hanggang pinalabas siya, diba?
That's true.
So, ang goal ko talaga noon, hindi lang maging hakaya yung pelikula. Kumbaga, wag lang siyang pagtawanan. Wag lang yung tipong yung eksena mo malungkot. Gusto matawa yung audience. Yung alam mo yung gano'n.
Yeah.
So gusto ko lang maging effective yung storytelling namin sa pelikula. So gano'n lang kababa yung goal namin that time. Itawid yung pelikula. Kasi actually, ang pagpo-produce lang ng pelikula ngayon, medyo hirap na kami. So, laking bagay na nung naipalabas namin siya at kahit papaano naman nagustuhan siya ng tao. Sobrang plus na nun sa amin. But then again, ngayon pag pinapanood ko siya, hindi mo maiwasan talaga yun. I think part yun ng pag-evolve mo as a director, as a storyteller. Lagi kang may nakikitang ba't ganyan yung ginawa ko dyan? Parang mali Lagi namang ganun. Actually, hanggang hindi mo siya sinasubmit yung pelikula mo. Lagi kang may i-revise. Lagi kang may makikitang feeling mo. Baka mas mag-work pag ganito.
Actually, that's true.
Minsan, mas magandang sundan yung una mong gut feel
Yeah. So, going in the lines of just post-production and then talking about revisions and all of that, I have my experiences with having a hard time knowing when to stop a project or knowing when to, okay, this project is actually done. With that film, how did you come to a place where, okay, tapos na tong revision na to, eto na yung gusto ko ipakita sa Cinemalaya and for the festival? How did you reach that conclusion?
Deadline. Wala akong choice. Deadline na kailangan naman submit. So actually kahit yung huli kong film, yung Edward, yun din. As in, mas malala yung... As in, lumalabas na yung audit. Kasi parang maaga ako nagpunta dun sa CCP. First screening namin for Edward. Yung film before us, yung audience, sumalabas na. So kami na susunod. Tapos wala pa sa akin yung pelikula. Wala pa sa CCP yung pelikula.
Oh my God.
So dinadala pa siya. So ganun siya
ka-clutch.
Wala akong choice. Kasi okay, yan, kung ano yung maayos naman, ipasa na natin yan. Ganun siya. So far, ganun. I think, malaking bagay ang deadlines sa industry na to. Kasi may mga play dates talaga na sinusundan. So,
especially
and I think
DCP.
never mong, and I think never mong ma-reach yung point na okay na to. Okay na tong pelikulang to. Parang feeling ko never manggagaling yun dun sa creator. Dun sa director. Laging ibang tao yung kailangan magsabi na okay, kailangan na okay, tapos na yan, kailangan na. Either wala na tayong pera or may kontrata tayo, kailangan nang ipalabas or whatever. Pero feeling ko never siya manggagaling dun sa director mismo. Kasi meron siyang may isip na bago.
To dive in deeper, like in terms of your sophomore film, Edward, for me, it's such a coincidence on how timely yung representation of that film is to what's going on right now. Because one thing I got from it was it opened up this idea how inefficient the medical system is in the Philippines, especially before the pandemic. And then, especially ngayon, mas makita mo how it's affecting so much in terms of how badly the Philippines is affected with the whole situation of the COVID virus. So, what made you explore those ideas?
Nag-start
and those,
yung idea kasi right after Kiko Boksingero. A few weeks after Cinemalaya 2017. Siyempre, andun pa rin yung gusto ko agad gumawa ng pelikula. Parang siyempre, mas lalo kang nagutom gumawa ng pelikula. So, nag-brainstorm kami agad ng writer ko, si Denise Ocara, na director na din. Gusto ko lang that time gumawa ng another coming of age / father-son story. And then, sa kanya nang galing yung, ang tagal namin nag-brainstorm, sa kanya nang galing yung idea na based to sa personal experience niya, nakakilala niya yung natutulog sa ilalim ng kama, sa ilalim ng hospital bed, para magbantay sa public hospital. I think sa heart center ata yun, yung nabanggit niya dati. So, doon lang nag-umpisa yun. So, yung first draft nun, ganun lang siya. Coming of age lang siya. Wala pa siyang details and everything. Mas personal kwento lang ng lead actor. And ng lead character. Pero, mas naging interesado ako nung nag-research na kami. Dahil yung material na to, sobrang kailangan niya ng mas talagang grabing research and immersion. Hindi siya basta-basta. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng gumawa lang ng kung ano-anong scenario ng hindi naman nangyayari talaga. So you had to parang halos experience it nga eh. Ang dami kong hospitals na pinuntahan from PGH to sa mga nearby provinces, mga primary hospitals sa Laguna na sobrang, as in to the point na yung nurse doon sabi, gusto niyo bang mamatay? Gusto niyo mamatay, dito kayo magpa-confine.
Oh my God.
Na ganun. Kasi talagang alam nila hindi nila kaya yung...
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. Hindi yun fault ng mga nurses. Hindi yun fault ng mga doctors. Hindi yun fault ng hospital. In fact, ang goal ko naman, and yun din yung na-realize ko while doing research, na walang may kasalanan doon within the hospital. Walang kontrabida. Kumbaga lahat ng tao doon ay biktima ng sistema. Ng ilang dekadang corruption or pagpapabaya sa healthcare system na parang hindi natin pinagtuunan ng pansin. So, during research and immersion, mas dun lumalim yung pelikula. Mas dun ko nirealize na mas kailangan kong gawin yung pelikula. Mas kailangan kong kunin tong kwentong to. Kailangan kong, may kwento rin yung doktor, kailangan ko ikwento yung point of view niya. Na kailangan niya mabuhay din. Dahil may pamilya din siya. Kung kailangan niya mag-abroad dahil may anak siya na kailangan pag-aralin, yung mga nurses na underpaid pero overworked. So yun yung naging goal ko and realization ko while doing research na as much as possible makuha ko yung lahat ng point of view ng mga tao within na nagpapatakbo ng hospital.
Yeah.
So tama ka ang timely nga ngayon. And I think ngayon na-realize natin lalo sa nangyayari ngayon yung kung gaano tayo hindi prepared, kung gaano hindi natin kaya yung actually yung mga minor nga na sakit di na natin kaya before.
Yeah.
What more tong, di ba, pandemic.
Exactly.
So, nagkataon and malaking timing talaga. Pasalamat na rin sa Diyos na nagawa ko yung film. Kasi, laking, at least may naikwento na yung side ng mga tao sa hospitals.
I guess, just to really go into the story, what inspired you to create this story about Edward and finding his own, like going through his teenage life in this such a different kind of world, which is itong public hospital. For me, I really love the film, by the way. I didn't think I've said this yet.
Okay.
I really love even if Edward himself was such a specific character, I got to relate to him in certain nuances, like parang having awkward times talking to the girl that you like, or bad influences from different friends. It created that kind of, even if how specific the story is, there's still a generality in Edward, and a lot of people could actually relate to it. So I guess you can talk more about like what inspired you to create that kind of story.
That during brainstorming namin, gusto ko lang talaga gumawa ng coming of age film. Kasi mahilig ako sa coming of age films.
Kiko.
Kasi ang sarap niyang gawin kasi. Ang dali. Parang, lalo na kung, especially for Edward na teenager, na mas matapang yung mga ginagawa niya. And I think, bilang lalaki, lahat tayo parang, kaya nasabi mo you can relate to him. Kasi, parang parang lahat tayo dumaan sa ganun na yun.
Exactly.
At that age, di ba? Yung discovery mo ng Yossi, parang, ano ba lasa ng Yossi? At some point, tatanungin mo yung sarili mo, ba't naninigarilyo yung mga tao? Try ko nga, ano ba lasa niyan? Yung ganun kasimple, for a teenager, ang laking bagay nun eh. Kasi curious ka, parang, and at the same time, yung teenage years mo, dun ka na mamold eh. Yung personality mo and yung transition mo, of course, in coming of age, transition mo into being a man, di ba? So, na-amaze lang talaga ako sa ganung mga kwento. Na kahit maliliit, napaka-universal pa din. Kumbaga, hindi siya namimili ng mahirap man o mayaman or Pinoy ka man o kung hindi ka man Pinoy. So, yun lang yung actually parang as a director, parang syempre yung sarili mo, nalalagay mo dun sa pelikula. So, yung actually while making that film, lalo na yung mga scenes na pagbibinata scenes ni Edward, very spontaneous nga yun. Minsan sa set ko na naisip yung mga kalokohan, nire-rewrite ko yung script. Kasi, mas, parang, yan ko, ikaw yun di ba? Parang, pinagdaanan ko itong, maalala ko, parang may pinagdaanan akong ganito dati. Try ko incorporate. And at the same time, ang swerte ko din kasi napaka-collaborative din ng again, ng staff and ng actors ko.
Mhm.
So, and with the actors, with Luis, tinanggal ko din sa kanya yung hiya
Mhm.
sa yung relationship namin na director and actor. Mas may freedom siya, mas kung may naisip siya, pwede niyang i-suggest sa akin.
Mas collaborative siya.
Collaborative. Yun yung sinet ko naman na relationship with the team and actor.
Mhm.
So, lalo na siya, teenager siya, baka may maisip siya, bilang siya yung pinagdadaan niya. And by the way, yung pelikulang yun ay coming of age talaga ni Luis.
Oh,
Kung napanood yung pelikula. Lahat ng
That's
ginawa
true.
niya, first time niyang gawin.
oh. Was that his first kiss,
time
man?
niya, yes. First niya lahat yun. Even the Yossi and
The first kiss thing was I don't know, it was one of my favorite scenes in the middle part of the story, because it was it was sweet when you watch it, pero may feeling of this awkwardness going on, especially na I bet this is super intentional na the shot didn't cut until like after a while pa. So you really dive into the awkwardness ni Edward going through the kiss. Naka-open pa yung eyes niya. For me, it was such a...
babad lang sa kanya.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. One thing that I really found really interesting with Edward, it's yung pagiging... It's the language of cinematography of it. For me, it spoke so... It was such a... Even if it had so much dialogues in it, it was such a visual film. Especially with the production design of the grimy, gritty look of the public hospitals, mixing it with the simplistic camera movements ng cinematographer. What were your inspirations towards the cinematography ng Edward?
Gusto ko siya maging grounded talaga, yung pelikula. Gusto ko siyang maging realistic. Gusto kong ma-immerse yung audience. Gusto kong maramdaman ng audience yung sikip, yung init nung kung ano yung na-experience ko nung nagre-research ako, nung nag-immerse ako. Gusto kong ma-translate yun. Gusto kong maramdaman ng audience yun. So, yun yung napag-usapan namin ng DOP and the PD. Si Alvin Francisco or PD and Cara Moreno yung DOP. May ilang days din na nagpunta kami sa mga hospitals, nakasama sila. Para sila mismo ma-experience nila yung totoong sitwasyon. And nanood kami ng maraming ako nanood akong documentaries about yung mga hospitals din. Ang dami kasing kwento, ang daming, and per hospital, iba-iba yung nangyayari.
Yeah.
So, parang in a way nga, para siyang docu-type. Kasi very immersive yung pelikula.
Yeah.
Even the temperature, yung yung dumi ng lugar, tikip, kailangan maramdaman yun ng tao eh.
Yeah, even
kasi
with
si Edward, yung character niya, I make it a point kasi na yung characters ko, hindi nagre-reklamo dun sa sitwasyon nila. And Edward is parang siyang representation ng mga Pinoy na nasa hospital. Doon sa hospital, walang nagre-reklamo sa sitwasyon nila.
Yeah.
Sa kanila, normal yun. Normal yun natutulog sila sa ilalim ng kama. Normal yung ganun ka, walang doktor, hindi nagre-reklamo. So, hindi nagre-reklamo si Edward. So, ngayon, kung hindi siya nagre-reklamo, gusto ko ipakita sa audience yung nangyayari. And let the audience, parang sila yung makaka-realize kung ano yung mali, kung ano yung injustice dun sa sistema ng healthcare. So, kaya talagang kinareer namin yung production design and cinematography.
Yeah. I guess with just both films, one thing na I guess I realize, and this is super like surface level, but the use of the color yellow with Kiko Boksingero, with Edward, even with James's film na Kuya Wes. Yeah. So what's the fascination behind the color?
Ko alam, baka dilawan kami. Actually hindi yun intentional. For me talaga, I think frustration kid sa mga pelikula ko na hindi ko magawa-gawa because of limitation sa budget. Gusto ko kasi talaga bumuo ng pelikula na kayang panindigan yung color palette throughout the film. Hindi ko magawa-gawa dahil sa budget constraints. So at least kahit sa wardrobe, doon ako bumabawi. And with Kiko and Edward kasi, we're dealing with innocence kasi nung characters.
Yeah.
And so I played around with pastel colors para lang mas masarap siya panoorin, mas ramdam mo yung personality ng characters, nung innocence nila. So
I see. So I guess to end this is, do you have any piece of knowledge or anything you want to share to all of those young filmmakers trying to get into the film industry and create their own films?
Honestly, hindi ko alam kung nasa tamang posisyon ako para magbigay ng advice. Kasi, pero I'll share what I can share. Don't be afraid siguro to make mistakes. Because mistakes are good sa industriyang to. Dahil kung gagawa ka lang ng isang pelikula or isang piece na nagawa na before, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Diba? Paano ka mapapansin? Paano mapapansin yung gawa mo? Ba't ko papanoorin? Ba't ko papakinggan yung isang joke na na-joke na ng ibang tao sa akin? Diba? So ngayon, gawa lang ng gawa, matuto kang pagtawanan yung sarili mo at times. Pag feeling mo hindi maganda yung nagawa mo, okay lang yan, hindi end of the world. Okay, move on. May mali tayong nagawa. Okay, next. Ang gagawin natin susunod na pelikula? Maging tignan mo yung sarili mo to ano yung mga improve mo pa. Continue to challenge yourself siguro with every project. And I think ganyan lang keep the passion burning. I think yun lang naman yun eh. Kung talagang mahal mo to, you'll do everything at walang makakahinto sa'yo kahit anong rejection or failure.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, so thank you so much for being part of this episode. Congratulations with the success of Edward, and I can't wait to see the next films that will be coming from you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
thank you. Ayun. Panoorin niyo sa mga hindi pa nakakarinig sa iFlix.
Oh yeah.